Okay, so somebody's asked me to do a tutorial on Augustana's new song, which is Hurricane. There's currently only, I think, 3 videos of it on YouTube, so the tutorial I'm doing is based on the videos, but if the song changes and you listen to this in about a year or so, it probably won't apply very well, but if they've changed it around. But this is the version that's currently up anyway, so I'll play part of it anyway. So that was it there. Sorry, I'll move my screen. So that was the basics of the song there. In order to play it, then it's the capo on the 4th fret, so it's standard tuning, and the chords are pretty simple, but it's probably just the technique involved in trying to make it sound like the song. So the main chords are then C. So I'll assume most people know how to play C, so I'm not going to C. So it's C, and then you've got an F shape. It's not a barred F shape. You've got an open E string on the bottom. So you need to play almost like a C. Sorry, no, that's probably the wrong thing. So you want your index finger on the B string. Your middle finger needs to be on the G string at the 2nd. And then you need to put your ring finger and your pinky finger on the D and the A string on the 3rd fret. So you get like an open F sound, and that's the basics for the majority of the song until you get into the chorusy part, I suppose. So all it does is alternates between the two. So it'll start on. All it does all the way through. If you watch the videos, you'll see that that's for the majority of the time that's all it is. I do a few little hammer-ons because I think he does it in this song, but it actually, if you kept playing that, over and over for as long as he does, it starts to sound a bit boring. So I think they probably put some hammer-ons in just to liven it up a bit. So you can leave them out, you can play them if you want, but all I'm doing is using my middle finger on the C chord to hammer on the D string, and then on the F chord it's on the G string that I'm hammering on, and then you can just play around with them. So for the next part then, so it basically, in a weird way, it transitions from the main part of the song, the verse, into the chorus, but it does it on the same chord. So you need to try and change, although you're playing the same chord again for another bar, you need to, or half, I don't know how long it is he plays it, but you need to try and make it sound like you're transitioning into a new part of the song, which is what he does by either you can mute the strings, you can put another hammer on in, or you can change the strumming, so it'll go like this. So I suppose that's part of all of it, really. So, like I say, you only transition to that bit. I mean, I changed the volume of the guitar there and just played it a bit louder. So for the next part, then, all you're doing is playing the F shape. So it'll go. So you're playing F shape again, then to the C, and then I suppose it's like a G chord, but it's I don't know if he plays it with his pinky finger on the E string, so it'll sound like that. I can't really hear it on the video. It looks a bit like he uses his pinky finger, but whether or not he does, I don't know. So I just play it the easiest way, which is to play with your index finger on the B string at the first, and then you've got the bass notes of a G, which are your middle finger on the A string at the second, and then you've got your ring finger on the E string at the third. So it'll go. And then it's into A minor, and then back to the G shape again, and then you just repeat the whole pattern again, so it'll go. And then on the once you repeat that twice, it then goes to this new part of the song, which is it plays the F shape. 1 minute, I need to go. So it'll go. So for that part, then you have to play the F shape. Then you take a C chord, and basically it's exactly the same as a normal C chord, but you move it up. So now instead of your index finger being on the first fret, where you play on the B string, to the third, and the other two. So the chord's really between the third and the fifth fret. So this bit's slightly faster in terms of chord changes, but it's still pretty simple. So your first chord then is the F, and then you go to the C chord, and then you go back to the F, and then it's exactly the same with the F chord. You slide it up between the third and the fifth. So all you're playing is exactly the same as I explained how to play an F chord, but then you're playing it higher up the fretboard. So it'll go. And then it goes back into the C chord, and then it repeats all the verse chords again. So it'll go. So all together, then it sounds like this. And that's pretty much the song done then. Apart from that, I didn't really notice any other bits that needed explaining. Hopefully I've given you a rough idea of how to play all the chords and pretty much get the song conquered. So, but if anybody's got any questions, just feel free to send a message or leave a comment or something. I'll try and get back to you. I only just got out of bed, so that's why I look a little bit rough. But yep, I don't know what tutorial I'll be doing next anyway. I'll just have to see, but I've got a week off work luckily, so I might be doing some more tutorials, I don't know. Okay, thanks.